taking the time out of your day to join us. You're here listening to Chisme y Chords, where faith, music, and real conversations connect. I am your host, Mercedes Renee.
And I'm your other host, Almisa Valdez.
You guys, we are supposed to have a guest today by the name of Cornelio Valdez, and we are waiting for him to come on. We are hoping that he is going to come on, and he is Almisa's brother, and he runs a barbecue joint. So
Yes,
we're
sir.
excited to have him on. How has your day been today, Miss Almisa?
Exhausting.
Girl,
Exhausting, but the cool front came in. Ay, Diositos, gracias a Dios. It was so much cooler because of the job that I had to do today.
yeah.
Back breaking, and usually I'm sweating bullets, but today it was really good because it was nice and fresco outside. So we need
Yes.
that. And we're expecting a lot of rain too tomorrow. So we'll see. It's making our
Yeah.
grass green and our flowers.
Yes, yes. I love it when the greenery is out because I love greenery and I love the green trees and the different colors. And that I want to go to Ireland just because I heard it's like so green in Ireland. Only for the greenery. But yeah, I want to go to Ireland so
That's
bad.
like me wanting to live or move to Tennessee just because I love the big old pine trees. I love it. I don't know what it is, but it's been calling my name. So if I go MIA, I'm not saying where I'm going, but I just said where I was going.
I know. I was gonna say, you just have to kind of,
I'll be
you're
lost
going
out
there,
there
I'm
somewhere.
going to Ireland, but it's okay. We're very far apart, but we're still going to be connected together. Oh my gosh, it's cool over here too. It's very cold over here, but the cold weather doesn't do me any justice because I'm always so cold anyway. But it feels good, but it doesn't feel good if that makes sense because it's always snowing over here in Kansas, always snowing. So I feel like I'm always cold.
Damn. So what's the summer like though? How hot?
It doesn't get hot. It only gets like up to the 80s, if that.
That's like perfect. Over
And
here, it's 105 heat index is 115, and God knows I ain't trying to go to hell because hell, that's gonna be. I
girl,
can't
we're
handle
not
the
going to
heat.
hell because we're godly over here. Uh-uh.
Heck no, dude.
Girl, God has
Mm-mm.
us over here. We do not
Amen
know
to
what that
that.
word means. La 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 la.
Amen to that.
Mm,
So I had a
mm.
scare. Went
What
to
happened?
what was going on with the tumors
Yes,
that I have down in my
yes,
parotid
yes.
gland.
Please
But
tell me.
they're we're gonna leave them alone. They're nothing to be of concern right now. So amen to that.
Yay!
Yay!
That makes me so happy. I
Yes.
was going to
Yes.
ask you about that off camera, but I'm so happy that that makes me happy. I've been
That's good.
praying like crazy.
Thank you. God is like, yeah, okay. Like, it's just you what are you worrying for? You got this. Yeah,
Of
stop it
course,
already.
yeah, God has it. Like I always say, God has our life planned out for us. So I feel like that's why I go up and down like, with everything that's going on in my life as well. But I know deep down that God has his plan and that he already has our life planned out and that he's a miracle worker and that he just, we have so much faith in him and we know what he can do and what he can bring and that he died on the cross for us and that we just have to be faithful and we have to
Yeah.
live the life of him and that, we just keep it moving and we'll be good and we'll be solid. So that makes me so, so happy. That makes me happy.
Yay.
Yes,
Oh, yay. It's
yes,
hard. I know you understand the emotional, the emotion,
yes,
the,
yes,
the stress that comes and the white hairs and the losing the hair. And
girl.
I've overcome worse. So here we are. Yay. How was your day?
It was, you know what? It's very tiring. Like I was at the hospital all day today and it's just draining. Like honestly, it's draining. But with that said, I'm always, my happy peppy self and I'm always just being me and just keeping it moving. I think I'm so like used to it. Um, and I know a lot of people are like, that's a hard statement to say that you're used to it and that you shouldn't be used to it and you shouldn't be whatever. But I feel like if I don't have that mindset, then
Right.
I'll be in like some totally other, like I'll go into another
Negative
mindset.
depression or something.
Right.
Yep.
and I can't do that, because I have my boys. I have my 22-year-old,
Right.
my 28-year-old. I have grandkids, so I can't be in that situation or put myself in that mind thought or my mindset. I have to be a peppy person and be in my faith and have God and whatever, because it would be a totally different situation if I didn't. Yeah, you know what I mean? I know you know what I mean for
Oh
sure.
yeah, I totally get it. I do. I really do.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know, like I'm in a cancer um group on Facebook,
Mhm.
and there's just so many different stories that you hear of like women that have been with their spouses for like 50 years and their spouses leave them, and there's
Feel
been
it.
like, yeah, and it's just so hard, like to hear these stories and to hear like everything that people go through, like anxiety, like even not cancer patients, just like anxiety and mental health, and just like people who've gone through heart attacks or people who have gone through just like different ailments, and their spouse is leaving or their significant other or they're just their partners or just whatever, and
Yeah.
that breaks my heart for them. um, and
You
just
know,
knowing that, go ahead, babe.
no, no, go ahead. My
And just
mind forgets, and that's why I'm always talking fast.
no, you're good.
No.
And just knowing that God is with them, and knowing that they have the faith, and knowing that they have the drive, and knowing that they have what it takes to keep going, that makes my heart happy. And that's why I post so much positivity on my page. And it makes me happy that even if I get, close to
One.
one person, and if I can reach just that one person, then that makes my heart so, so happy. And I get, comments a lot like I needed that or I really needed to hear that. So when I hear that, that makes me so, so, so happy.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah.
have to make a comment about how us as women tend to think, oh, the women have it the hardest, or the women go through the hardest. What about the men?
No.
I don't. There's a lot of men that are very prideful and are scared to speak up and are scared to open. And being raised in a household of nothing but men, I saw where you had to be macho all the time. There isn't time to be sad or depressed or crying because that's not what men do, but it is. And I think men should feel that they should be able to be open, and hey, big boys cry too, because if you don't let that out and you let it eat you, you're going to become bitter.
Oh, for
You know?
sure. Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
fair, and it kind of sucks because men have this role of, of course you're the man of the house, you're the leader, god, man, wife, kids, family. They have a tremendous role, and it's us as women tend, oh, happy wife, happy life. It should be togetherness to be
Mhm.
together. I give you my 100, you give me my 100. Although now with today's society and today's world, it's a heck of a lot different than what it was.
Girl, tell me
Know,
about it.
it's the roles are now reversing, to me, it's like a lot of the young generations compared to the older generations, that the men that are out there, like, whoever I end up with or whatever, I don't want to see them working till they're 70, 80 years old.
Yeah,
Like, you got to go and enjoy life, and enjoy the fruits of the labor that you've done all these years. It's just, to
yeah,
me, sometimes I feel like it's not fair to men the way it is to women. That's
yeah,
all. I was just being raised in a household of men that, to this day, six brothers, um, all working, all going at it since the days that we were raised. It's just like, don't you get tired? I mean, we get tired, of course, but it's
well, yeah.
just gotta, I don't know. It's just a different perspective, I guess.
No, yeah, for sure. I feel like men should be able to express their feelings and be able to cry and be able to show their emotions and be able to um, say what they need to say without being criticized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just hard. I feel like I get what you were saying, that it's super, they're super prideful and they feel like they can because of how some were raised. Like,
Right.
in a Hispanic family,
Very much. Yes.
yeah, yeah, that you're like, you have to be like chingon almost,
That's exactly the word. Yep. Yep.
and
Yep.
like you don't need to cry, you don't need to whatever, and
Yep.
but I feel like it's necessary, like it's super necessary to cry, and to get your emotions out or whatever, because if you let
Mhm.
it fester, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster,
Exactly.
for sure, for
Yep.
sure.
I agree.
Yeah. I want to give a
Yeah.
shout out to Miss Valerie. She says PMA all day, positive mental attitude was Julian's motto. And then you have Miss Amy saying, hello, hello. That's my sister. Hi, sissy.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Val is a phenomenal friend. You met Val.
Yes, of
Well,
course. Hi,
yes,
Val.
so
How? Hi,
I
Val.
love that. She's a teacher herself, always positive. You won't see her even in her lowest point. She lost her husband. Even through the trials and tribulations that she went through, that they went through, it's motivating to see the outcome of, yes, we're going to be down and out, but to simply know who God is, it shows all around her, because she could be the sad, the depressed, all that. No, we ain't got time for that. She loves to live life, and it's she's a great role model and motivation that, you know what, life can suck, but it's not the end of the world, and we got to keep on keeping on. So thanks, Val, for hopping on. Positive mental attitude was Julian's motto,
Yeah.
and neat.
She radiates positivity, like she radiates happiness, and I love that about her. She is so cute.
Yes.
You can just tell that she's happy, peppy. She's a happy, peppy person like I am, and she's just so cute. Like she's just dancing, like always, just hopping around and moving around, and she's just too cute. I love it. I love it. Valerie Rodriguez says Valerie is a whole vibe. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I
That's
love that.
another Val, another friend. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're waiting for Cornelio. I think he got lost or
I
scared.
think he did. I think he went to Ireland.
Hmm.
And my sister said it's all about how you deal with the situation. Yes, yes, it is. Me and my sister, we lost our parents. And it was very difficult. And I will have to say this, that without my sister, like throughout my whole life, my sister has been my rock. Like if anybody messed with me, if anybody whatever, me and my sister are only like a year and some change apart. So if anybody ever messed with me, or if anybody remotely looked at me the wrong way, my sister was my person. All I had to say was the word, or all I had to say was something. Half the time I didn't even have to say anything because she already knew. And she has been my rock throughout my whole entire life. Like without my sister, I don't know where I would be. I love my sister tremendously. And both sides of our family, our mom's side and our dad's side, would could tell you that me and my sister are like locked and loaded for sure. And I love her dearly, and she knows that. So shout out to my sissy Amy. I love her to death, and she knows that.
Awesome, Amy. Yay. Sister love. That's great.
Yay. Yeah. So Valerie says, thanks, Val. So Val and Val,
Yeah,
thanks for being here. I love that.
that
I love
is. I
Yeah, my sister
protected her
says
when needed, as
when
a sister should. Nice.
yes, I loved it.
And
Yeah.
it's I love to feel that. A few minutes prior to hopping on, I had a discussion with one of my brothers about something that came up, that to me was more of a misunderstanding on different perspectives.
Mhm.
But to feel that wholesome of brother love, just love in general, as you know what, I'm in my sister's protector and I got
Yep.
you. And
Yeah.
I was sincerely reassured, by one, not Cornelio, another brother. I have
Right.
six.
Yeah.
Um, but to feel that it's parenting isn't easy. Everybody goes through their stories, but the one thing that I'm beyond grateful for is my parents, to especially my dad, who drilled it in. Ella es la única hermana que tienes.
Mhm.
The only sister you have.
Yep. Yep.
You need to protect her at all times, anywhere and everywhere.
Yep.
And, almost being, I don't want to say 50 because that sounds terrible, being my 47 years of great life that I've had.
Your
um,
47 beautiful life, sister.
it feels great to know that, Daddy, you did good. You did good by showing my brothers that they needed to protect me at all times, regardless of where and who I'm with, how I am, I'm always going to be right, even when I'm wrong, because
Right.
I'm the sister, and it feels good. It really does. So yeah, shout out to my brother. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good. I know what you're talking about just because we were talking about it earlier.
right.
But I love that your brother is protecting you and your brothers are protecting you, and that's a good thing to have. Like I said, my sister is my rock, and without her, I would be nothing. But I'm so glad that your brothers are protecting you, and that makes me so so happy, as they should for
Yeah.
sure. So growing up in a household that because me and my sister grew up in a household that was super wholesome, and we were raised in the church, and
Hmm.
we did, in the Catholic church, we did catechism and did our holy communions, and we did, all of that. So when you're raised right and you're raised in a great family, and you were taught the right things, I mean, it's what else could you ask for?
And it was very different back then. There was no social media. It was, you better be home when the posta
Lights
light
go on.
is going
Yes.
off. So you get,
Yes.
and then if you want to go play, it's like right at my cousin's house. It was 100 freaking feet away. I
Yeah.
couldn't go around the block. I could never have a boyfriend.
Yes.
And my gosh, I'm just gonna, my house having all them brothers. There was parties every weekend, and I was never allowed to go outside, and I was never allowed to date any of the freaking friends because God knows. Oh Lord, it was fun, but it was always no. And thank God I didn't. Anyways, yeah, it
Because
was very
your brothers knew how their friends
exactly,
were. Yeah.
exactly,
That's so
exactly.
funny. I love
Yeah.
that so much. I
I
love
gotta
it.
tell a funny story though, because you know how bad I'm infatuated with Marcos.
No,
I
don't
want
we all? Don't we all?
to. Amy goes, "Thank goodness there was no social media."
Girl,
Seriously,
amen to that. Amen to that.
all the bonfire secrets would come out. Being talking back about being strict and parents knowing what was best and what was not. I clearly remember being 16 years old and I was a cashier at Super S. I was actually bookkeeper at 16 years old to that whole store. Well, that's when Orozco was barely come. He was with los Hermanos Cuatros, and then
Mm.
when he transferred over to David Lee. Well, David Lee's from Poteet. I'm from Poteet. Woo! There's one grocery store. So I was young, and Marcos would go with David Lee and to the store, get what they needed or whatever. And he asked me out. Man, why did I say no? But I never understood what he was saying because he spoke Spanish. He spoke Spanish. And he would wait for me after work. I believe he had like a little Ford Ranger, if I'm not mistaken. But I was eager and I wanted to date. But a little girl, no, you're too young, you're not gonna. And now, look, Dad, because you said no. Who would have known? No, but back to you just never know. The strictness of it is what I was trying to get back. Nowadays, there's not there. We don't have that anymore, and I think a lot of it to blame is social media.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
did you see those kids driving when the Spurs won and we went honking? And yeah, I know I was 10 years old cruising a car, back then, but not not out there in that type of life. It's amazing what society does, what social media does, what the lack of parenting does. It's
Yeah, and don't get me started on how these people dress, the girls dress, and at such a young age.
you saw
Don't
those
even get me
fiesta
started.
events. Sin vergüenza no tienes. You don't got no respect or morals for yourself. You better go cover that shit up. Had my daddy seen me like that, he'd be whooping my ass.
Mhm,
It's no, it's demoralizing.
mm-mm.
And for women, especially when yata senora and you want to be letting everything hang out, if you want that attention, then I don't know. I can go on and on about that. I
So
know I like to get dressed up, but you won't see my. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
exactly. So Mr. Adrian Pena says, "Hello, ladies. Hi, Adrian."
Hello, hello.
Valerie says, "I just passed by the old house, laugh out loud." And Lovely Miss Brenda Blanco says, "Hello, my loves. Hi, Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
We can't
Thank
wait
you
to
for
see
joining
you next
in.
month. We can't wait to see you next month." By the way, guys, you need to go and vote for our podcast at the 8th Annual All Star Music Awards. The link is in my post, the link is in Almisa's post, and the link is in Chisme y Chords post. Also, you need to go and vote for Brenda Blanco. She is on the ballot as well. So please go and vote for my beautiful babes, Brenda Blanco, as well. That would be
And
amazing.
Los Arcos
Los
Hermanos Peña
Arcos
are
de
also
Peña as
nominated.
well.
Mr.
So go
Peña, who
and vote for
goes
Los
here.
Arcos Hermanos Peña. So yes, go vote for everybody. But yeah, we're so excited to be nominated. We've only been on for 3 weeks now, and we are so excited to be nominated for an award. We are. I'm going to go back out to San Antonio for the awards next month. Um, I think it's
That's Sunday and Monday, the 24th and 25th, the Memorial
yes.
Day, right? That weekend,
Right,
yeah.
Memorial Day. That's what I was trying to get out. Memorial Day weekend. So the 24th and 25th. So I'm going to go out for that weekend and go to the awards. So we're super excited about that. So yeah, so if y'all can vote, that would be amazing. We're so happy for Brenda Los. Vote for Brenda Blanco, Joe Zamora Jr. Hey, Joe, what about us? But yes, go vote for Brenda. Go vote for Los Arcos Hermanos Peña. Go vote for us as well for Best Podcast. We are so, so excited. So, okay, back to the podcast. So, what else is going on? What else? What else? Who's performing this weekend in San Antonio? Tell us.
Well, I know here shortly, La Cima is performing. I went and saw them out in Lido about 6 weeks ago. So now they have drifted
Drifted.
into our little zone area. Tonight they'll be performing at Beer Depot, tomorrow at Mustang Sally's, which are two
Ooh,
phenomenal bar venues. Is my battery? Um, so they'll be performing there. I know Conjunto Fest is coming up in June. Um, what else is going on this weekend? I haven't really even had time to log in to see who else is performing.
I know.
Um,
I know Conjunto Fest is coming up, and I also know Vegas is coming up in July. I
yes,
know we
which
want to go to Vegas. And Valerie says Docs, I thought. Is Docs, are they
yes,
playing?
exactly. They're performing at Doc's downtown. Ah, I voted for you girls. Thank you so much, Mr. Zamora.
Thank you, Mr.
That's a terrific
Zamora.
podcast.
Thank you. Yay! But yeah, I really want to go to Vegas. I want to do that because I know Steph is going to be there for sure.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, I want to try and go to Conjunto Fest,
We'd
but
actually
Vegas for sure.
Okay, because I know that's coming up, and they already have a lot of performing artists there. Who is it? I know David Lee always goes for sure. Jay goes, Marcos goes, Stephanie goes. I don't know which new upcoming artists that are Conjunto Cats. Do you know? Are they going to be performing out there?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm
I
not
know
sure.
there's some nonsense going on with them not being
I'm
able
not
to
sure.
perform, and it's sad to hear that there's still scrutiny in adult lives. It's just very sad.
It is. I feel like we're all grown, and I feel like in the music industry that it should, like I've said this before, that it should go back to like when the Tejano Music Awards like very first started, like when all the artists like were together and all the artists came together and were so for each other and we're like celebrating each other and like dressed up to a T to go to the Tejano Music Awards, and we're so like happy if he won, we're okay if they didn't win, we're just like so celebrating each other and loved on each other. And I feel now that it's so competitive, that people are so competitive, and that um it's favoritism, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I feel like me writing music for like, I wrote for Jolial, I wrote a song for Alizé, and I'm writing for some other people. So I feel like
Mhm.
I'm I want to be kind of selective on who I'm writing for, just because um I don't want that. I don't want it to be like people fighting over this and over that. And I feel like the music industry so needs to be cohesive. And I feel like we just
Yes,
need to love on each other. And I
yes.
feel like it's not like that right now.
Yeah. Instead of empowering each other, it's like competing each other, which it's to be expected, human form. But it's not to the point where drama needs to be drug out or
Right.
belittling needs to come. Everybody's an artist in their own unique way. We should be able to
Celebrate each other.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Valerie says Lázaro Perez will be there. Valerie Rodriguez said Lázaro Perez will be there, and Val says Conjunto Cats at the office next
Next week.
week.
Oh, okay. Office is located in Pleasanton, and then Lázaro Perez is probably going to be where are they playing at?
Are they going to be in Vegas? Is that what you're saying, Valerie?
Oh, perhaps.
Probably.
Where
Yeah.
I know they were playing this weekend in Corpus, if I'm not mistaken, Whiskey Rio. Um, I was able to see Los Nobles, which
Ooh,
is a phenomenal conjunto band. They played over at Bar K, which is my brother's bar out in Pleasanton, Texas. We should be interviewing him in the upcoming weeks.
yes, yes.
He's had a lot of great artists there at his venue. And it's neat because, Pleasanton is not very known for events like that,
Yeah.
much less having them. And it's not considered a bar, it's actually considered an ice house. You have your pool tables, your TV, your bar area, and then your dance venue, where you can have the live performing band, and which he does pretty much every weekend. Um, so if y'all have a chance, people get out and stop at Barcade because it's a pretty neat venue. They have, and it's three of them, so it's like down in Pleasanton. It's you have Barcade, the Office, which is another great facility, which big TVs, dance venues. Everybody has their own idea. And then the Oaks, which is further up, they just kind of hop, you go down the line. And it's just down one main street in Pleasanton. So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna try and get Brenda out there. I already messaged your brother about getting Brenda out there.
nice. Oh, yes, yes. So he did mention it. We spoke very vaguely of it, real short, because he was busy with Los Nobles when I peeped in. Hey, did you get the info about it? Yes,
Okay.
Lucky Joe should be performing soon there at Barcade.
Yeah.
He's a showcase indeed. Valerie Rodriguez says yes. Lázaro will be with Santiago Garza and Javier Solis at Club Rio Friday in Corpus. Yes, which
Right.
we will be having Santiago Garza on our podcast very soon. Such a sweet, respectful gentleman who comes from a little town as well, who is also talented in his ninja moves or
Yeah.
what so we'll talk about we'll talk about it. Listen to now my mom's favorite spot. We actually ran into her. We went to see the Spurs game. Go Spurs! Woo! It was a phenomenal game the other night. We went to hang out, and I was able to hang out with Valerie's mom for a moment there. That was fun.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell y'all who's going to come up in the next couple of weeks. So we have Roberto Politos, we have Jolia, we have Texas Latino, we have Jalen Garcia, we have Albert Casanova, we have Chrissy E, Frankie Caballero, we have Angel Ramirez from the Barrio Boys. Y'all remember the Barrio Boys? We have J.R. Gomez, we have Eric E. Avalos, we have Audrey, we have Larry Lopez, the outlaw. Then we have the awards on May 25th, so we will not have a show then. On May 26th, we have WC the Cowboy. Then we have DJ Latin Prince, and then we have Jose Soundwave Gonzalez. And then in June, we're completely booked as well. And then July, we are booked as well. And so in August, I wanted to tell you guys, starting in August, we are only going to do, instead of Monday through Thursday, we are going to start doing um, only Wednesday and Thursday. Um, so yeah, we're gonna knock it down to like 2 days. I mean, I know we're booked up all the way until August, and that's amazing. But I feel like maybe it's a lot for Monday through Thursday. That maybe you're seeing our faces a little bit too much. So maybe we're gonna knock it down to Wednesday and Thursday and see how that does. And then if that does great, and then you guys still want to see us Monday through Thursday, then maybe we'll
I
keep
don't
it
know, another day or so. Yeah.
Monday, another day or so. But
Mhm.
starting in August, we're going to knock it down to 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. But we're going to go ahead and knock off of here. We've been on for about 30 minutes just talking. We waited on Mr. Cornelio and he didn't come on, but that's okay. We talked your ears off and we love talking your ears off. But we will be back on Monday and we love you guys. We love you guys so much and go out and vote like we said. And we will see you guys again on Monday. Thank you guys so much for
Thank y'all
coming.
so much, everybody, for tuning in. And don't forget, vote. Go vote.
Yes, vote, like, share, follow. Um, and we will see you guys on Monday. We love you guys.